Let's do the New York Times hard Sudoku puzzle for September 2nd, 2025. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe for more Sudoku videos like this. And if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, there will be a link in the description. And one note, as you can see, I'm doing a screen record today as opposed to on camera. I'm having some internet issues, so I'm having a technician come out today. The internet's been out for us since yesterday, so I can't figure out what the problem is. It's been acting up anyway lately, so hopefully they'll be able to fix it, and I'll be back to regular videos tomorrow. But I'm going to try this and see how it goes. Hopefully you find this helpful. And so let's do the puzzle, and let's fill the grid. And hopefully the sound's okay here as I narrate. But let's see, we have sixes looking over here. We can place a 6 right here, okay? Can mark sixes over here in this box. So let's see, we got the 5 and the 6 looking into this box here. So let's mark 5s right there. So 5 and 5 are pointing over here. All right, let's see, we got 7s. If you can see here on the left stack, we have 7s pointing up to box 1. Hopefully I don't fat finger any of these notation marks. We got 7s in these two cells here. Got 1s looking down here. So we'll pencil those. I'm going to try and avoid right now marking, like for example, I could mark 1s right here, but I'm not going to do that. Yesterday I ran into an issue where, what happens is if I use Snyder notation and then for one digit, for example, I put, this would be limited to 3 cells, and let's say I had another digit in here that was limited to 2 cells. I have to remember with the fact that I can't differentiate between corner marks and center marks. I mean, those would both be corner marks, but what happens is I forget that one of them is 3 and one of them is only 2, and so I can think of it as a hidden pair sometimes when it's not actually a hidden pair. I hope that makes sense. So I'm not going to mark the 1s, is what I'm trying to say. So let's go back up here. We got 8, okay, pointing into this box. So 8 is in one of these 3 cells, but that means that 8 is going to be up here. So I'm not going to mark those 8s in this box here, but I will mark it up here because it creates a 5-8 pair. And that means this can't be a 7 anymore. All right, so that is a 7. That means 7's in one of these 3 cells, and it puts a 7 up here in one of these 2 cells. All right, so let's look at these 3 cells here. We need a 1, 2, and 3, it looks like, for that box. 3 is going to go right here. You can see the 3 down there in box 7. And what's the other 2? We need a 1 and a 2. Okay, so that's a 1-2 pair right here. Does that do anything? 1 and 1 point down here, so we can mark 1s here. 2, I don't see anything we can do with 2s yet as a result of that. All right, let's see, we can mark 5s right here. And then we can place a 5 over here. And then down here we can place another 5. And here we can mark 2 more 5s. We can mark 6s down in this box. If you see 6 sees this cell, it also sees these 2 cells. So 6 is in one of these 2 cells here, and then over here, that actually is going to point to this. We already had 6s down to these 2 cells here, so now we can place a 6 here. All right. Take a quick look at this column here. This column's down to 1, 3, 4, 9. 1, 3, 4, 9. And 1, 4, and 9 see this cell. So this is a 3. And we're down to 149 in the other cells, which we can't mark yet. But the 3, so actually this is already down to a triple. I should have seen that. Once we place that 5-8 or marked that 5-8 pair, this is a triple, but now it's a hidden pair. So what do we need? We need a 8, a 7, and an 8. Or no, not an 8. 8's in the pair over here. A 2. We need a 2 and a 7. So that's a 2-7 pair. So let's see what's remaining in this box. A 1, 4, 9. So 9's going to go right here now. And this is 1, 4. All right, that points over here and places the resolves the 1, 2. We're left with a triple here. We're left with 2 triples, so we can mark that now. So that's 2, 4, and 8 right here. 2, 4, 8. This one's just 4, 8, and this one's 2, 4, and 8. And that leaves 3, 5, and 7. This is just 3, 7. This is 3, 5, or 7. This is also 3, 5, or 7. All right, let's move down to the middle band. First thing I'm going to look at is the row 4. 3, 4, 7, 8 is what we need. Now I can see this 3, 4, 7, 8. This has to be an 8. So look, it can't be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It can't be a 9. We have 9 in the row there. So that is an 8. So what does that do? So we need a 3, 4, and 7. So this is just 3, 4. So we're not going to mark anything else there yet. But what about this column now? This column would be 1, 2, and 9. 1, 2, 9. And we can place a 2 right here because 1 sees the cell, 9 is in the box. So that's a 2. 2 is in one of these 2 cells. This is actually a pair now. It is a 1, 9 pair. The 9 must go here, as you can see, and this is a 1. And now 1 goes right here, and now 5 goes right here, and we can come up here and place another 5. All right. All right, let me just look real quick at this box. This is down to 2, 6, 8. So we got 2 and 6. 8 can go in any 3 of those. I'm actually going to mark that since I'll just remember that that box is all marked up. Coming back to this middle band, we got 2's pointing in here. So 2 is going to be in one of these 2 cells. And what did we say this was again? This was a 3, 4, 3, 4, 7. Yeah, so we'll leave that alone for now. Let's go down here. This is a pair. It's a 3 and an 8. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to mark that just to remember that that pair is there in the row. All right, and this is a pair also. So let's figure out what that is. That is a 1 and a 4. 1, 4, 1, 4. Okay. All right, we got 9 over here too. We can mark 9 in one of these 2 cells. What about 3? Not much going on with 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122 Let's come back up to this box here, okay? And let's think about what we need in that box. We need a 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we can mark 3. 3 is in one of these two cells. 4 is in one of these two cells. So we have 3, 4, and 5 marked up, and 6, it looks like, can go anywhere. So we will mark that. And what that's going to do, so I can just remember now that the whole left stack is completely marked up. And let's see if there's anything interesting in there. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. All right, where do we look? Where do we look? All right, 6. Actually, we can place a 6 right here. So we have this 6 and this 6 down here in box 8, and so 6 has to go right here. I missed that. So that is very helpful, because that eliminates 6 right from these two cells. So 6 is now in one of these two cells here. It creates a 4, 5 there, 3, 5 there. Let's see, 9, 5, 1, 6, 9, and 5. Oh, okay. We already have 5, but the 9 now can be placed in this box. If you see the 9 looking across here into these two cells, and this 9 up here looking down into these two cells. So this is a 9. And that does put 9 in one of these two cells here. The 8 is now in one of these two cells. Let's see. So that places a 4 right here. Okay, now we have a 2, 8 pair left in that box. Let's look at this column now. This column needs a 1, or no, it needs a 3, 7, and 8. So the only place for 7 is right here where I have the cell highlighted. 7 sees this cell and this cell. So this is a 7. That puts 7 in one of these two cells, and that is a 7, 9 pair there. We had 9 limited to those two cells as well. So we'll come back to that. This is a 3, 8, and we can't resolve it yet, but we can also mark another pair here and then place this digit. So this is a 4, a 2, and a 4. Or no, I'm sorry, it's not a 2 and a 4. We have 2 in the box already. It's a 4, 7. 4, 7, which we can't resolve, but we can place this digit, which is a 3. And what does that do? Is there a 3 anywhere else that we can place? Well, we can't place it, but 3 is going to be in one of these two cells here. All right, let's go. Let's look at this column. We need a 1, 2, 4, 8. 1, 2, 4, 8, not counting the 7, 9 pair. So 1, 2, 4, 8. So look at this. The only place for 1, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. And it can't go here or here because of the 7, 9 pair. We have 7 and 9 restricted to those two cells, so this has to be a 1. That means this is a 4. That's quite helpful because this is now 6. This is now 3. This is now 5. This is now 4. This is 5. This is 8. This is 2. Got a 6, 8 pair now. All right, where do I go now? Let's see, 4 and 6. 3. Okay, this 3, 8 is resolved. That's an 8, that's a 3. This is a pair now, so this is a 1, 2 pair. Let's just mark that. And what is this? This is 8, 9. Okay, we got 3, 8. What else do we need in this box? We need a 2, 3, 4, 8. So 2 must go right here. And that actually resolves this 2, 8 pair up here. We need a 3, 4, and 8. So 4 has to go right here. Let's mark that first. 4 is in one of these two cells. That means 4 is in one of these two cells. 3, 4, and 8. And this is just 3, 4 because 8 is placed right there. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is a pair. What is it? A 3? Is it a 3, 4? Yeah, it's a 3, 4 pair because we have the 6, 8 pair over here. So this is 3 and 4. The 3 has to go here. 4 has to go here. That resolves this 4, 1. That resolves this 1, 2. That resolves this 2, 7. That resolves the 7, 9. That resolves the 8, 9. Oop. All right, let's see. Actually, I could have resolved this 8, 6 already a long time ago. All right, so we got 3 and 7 up here. Still can't resolve that. 4 and 7 there. Okay, this is the one here. We'll place that 8, place that 3, place that 4, place that 8. 3 and 7, and 4 and 7. Oop. 7 and 4. There we go. All right, not too bad. Hopefully you find this helpful. I apologize that I'm not on camera today. And hopefully the audio came through okay. I know I don't talk very loud anyway, but that was a good puzzle. I feel like I did better on my notation today, sticking with Snyder notation and not getting too confused there by cluttering up the grid. Seemed to be a pretty smooth puzzle anyway, pretty straightforward. Still interesting and fun, but let me know how you did in the comments, and I'll